So could we demonstrate genuine psi on television? In New York, we set up a single remote viewing experiment. At the ASPR, Tessa and parapsychologist Keith Harary were recorded by a remote camera. Tessa would simply try to project her mind to a secret location in the city where Dr. Nancy Sondo would be standing. No one has any idea where the doctor's gone, only that she'll be there at 3:15.
Nancy should be almost there. So you can focus in on Nancy and what she's experiencing, what she's seeing around her, and the sights and the sounds and the smell or whatever it is. You can just sort of imagine yourself with her in a way. What comes to mind about the kinds of things you're experiencing there?
It's not noisy.
Okay.
Doesn't seem to be noisy, as if the noise is at a distance.
Mm-hmm.
A path.
A path?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, a path, a concrete path or a gravel path. I think it's like a T. I think it might, there may be a path like that. I think.
Why don't you sort of turn around and look behind you at this place, or even behind Nancy where she is now?
I think there's tall trees there, but they're not close. It's just these sort of, if you look up, then you just see the branches coming over, but quite tall.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there's a stand down at the far end of the path. Maybe like a summer stand, a bandstand, or something white with railings and a pointed roof.
Do you want to draw something about that? You can put it on the same paper or another page, whatever you like.
When we have these back home, I have no idea whether you have them here, but just sort of like a summer house with steps, like a summer bandstand, and a roof, with railings, I suppose. We must be able to get in somehow, but I don't know where. Quite ornate, in white. There might be a statue somewhere there, a tall statue, like a bronze or a metal with a concrete base, quite tall.
Can you draw something like that, or?
This is all concrete. This may be lower. I don't know whether there's steps or not. It's either something with wings, or which is, I don't know what it, like an angel or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a butterfly. It's not a butterfly. No, it's like either something with wings and a long robe, in that sort of, well, I suppose it would be where the metal turns a sort of greeny colour.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And turn around in some new directions.
I can see small shops off to the left-hand side.
Tell me about that. That's something new.
Across, sort of out of the park, but it's not that far away. There's like small delis, and one may, well, looks like it's got a red and white striped canopy over it. Just a little row of small shops.
Tessa drew everything on a single sheet of paper. A T-shaped path, clump of trees, a small building behind a fence, a statue with wings and its base, and a striped awning on a shop across the street. With this drawing to help him, Harary set off around New York. He had to look at 4 possible locations he'd been given. Only if he matched Tessa's descriptions to the site where Sondo had actually been is the test a success. First location was Lincoln Center.
Okay, nothing initially, except that it's a peaceful place. No statue. Buildings are fairly large as opposed to the small structure. I don't find this T-shaped walk. There are some shops off to the side. There is a sort of red and white awning over there. Okay. No statue, I don't think. No, I'm not very powerfully gripped by this place. It's got some subtle aspects to it, but that's it. So let's go. Let's check out the other stuff. Okay. Okay, we're here at Trump Tower. It's very noisy. It's very crowded. Don't see any statues or any T-shaped paths. This would not be number one on my list, that's for sure. So Trump Tower, I would have to put down as not very likely. 79th Street Boat Basin, and we do have a path here in a kind of park-like setting, but I don't see anything like this area in here, in this rotunda, in her description, in Tessa's description, nor do I see boats or this harbor area or the shoreline. So I would have to say that this is not a really strong possibility. Okay, first thing I notice is I come up this path that does come to a kind of a T. There is a statue with wings. Well, it's very hard to ignore having somebody describe a statue with wings and finding a statue with wings. Statue is turning green, and she did mention that the statue had green to it. There is a cement or stone walk here. There are trees around. Take a look over here. There's another small structure over there that could also relate to this. Tessa also described having the city sort of surrounding with the street nearby this park-like area, and then having shops across the street and a red and white awning, which I see there's a red and white striped awning. And this is more definitely red and white than the sort of terracotta-shaped one that we saw at Lincoln Center. That's really red and white, no denying that. So we have the trees, the wings, the awning, the stores, the park-like setting, the statue, the green on the statue, the sort of small T-shaped walk coming into this place. So I am going to, I'm going to have to, I mean, there's no choice. I'm going to have to rate this number one if I'm going to rank order them. Of course, I've been thinking about this as I've been going along. Lincoln Center would probably be 2. The Boat Basin 3, and Trump Tower 4. But this is a big number 1. I mean, this has so many correspondences that it'll be very interesting if this is not the place.
A telephone call to the ASPR confirmed this was the correct site. Nancy Sondo arrived with Tessa, who was not told where she was going.
Does this look familiar?
Yeah, it looks very familiar.
What looks familiar?
The wings, it's quiet. That looks like my bandstand.
You said it was peaceful, like the park.
Yeah.
You had high trees, tall trees.
Yeah.
There are some wings. Okay.
Definitely. I said this was that metal that goes green.
Oh, you said that, right. You said the metal went green.
Yeah, it's green.
And there aren't a lot of people here. You can hear the city. Oh, I have something else to show you.
Oh my goodness.
You see that?
That's incredible.
What do you notice?
The shop with the red and white striped awning.
Yes.
The canopy.
Is that something or what?
Yeah.
The little shops, right? So,
oh, amazing.
Congratulations.
Thank you. That is incredible. Yeah.
There really is a phenomenon. You can demonstrate it experimentally. You can see it happening. but the interpretation is very foggy. It's as if we're back in the 16th century studying electricity. We may not even have the right metaphors to work with. We know that something that we don't understand is going on. It has to do with the physical world. It has to do with how consciousness interacts somehow with matter and energy and time. So physics is incomplete.